I think I might have found the hidden gem of Fall of Anime 2017. And yes, I did a pun. That was an intentional pun. Jokes aside, though, this series has been highly requested. It's up there with Garo, and Garo will come eventually. But for now, though, this series has gained a lot of attention, and many have told me to start this series. Not as much as how many were last season saying watch Classroom of the Elite, but even still, many were telling me for the past couple weeks now to give this series a shot. Don't judge it by the CGI. And to be honest with you, I wasn't judging it by the CGI. I just haven't had the time to get around to actually watching it. Finally decided to sit down, see what, all the hubbub was about, and see why so many like it. And yeah, so today I'm just going to let you know this is a first impressions on the series of Houseki. It's the first episode first impressions. I have not watched episode 2, and I don't know if episode 3 is out yet. I could be wrong or not, but I don't know if episode 3 is out. Still, I watched the first episode, and truthfully I gotta say, it was very good. I don't think it's probably my favorite from the season. Now, obviously that's subjective, favorite and stuff, but it's still a very good series. I have to say, I was actually going into this series probably thinking it was going to be a little bit disappointing, and to my surprise, it actually was truly an enjoyable watch. Now, I don't comprehend everything that was going on in the first episode, but what I did enjoy from the episode. So, many of you that have no idea what this series is about, and you're like, okay, so what's it about, Chibi? Why is many recommending it to you? So, number one, just to kind of give a brief FYI, this is a full CGI anime. Now, I know automatically, as soon as I said that word, as soon as I said the dreadful CGI, many are like, nope, not starting the series. I know many automatically will say that, soon as I said the aspect of CGI. I could already see probably comments already lighting up in the comments below saying, I'm not going to watch it because of CGI, which understandable. I can understand why many don't like CGI, because it does come down to subjective taste, and CGI doesn't always really look that good. I mean, let's look at Berserk. Regardless of my issues with the Berserk, anime adaptation, just the Berserk anime CGI just looks, it looks horrible. And then there's a lot of other anime with CGI, full CGI, and it doesn't look that good. It would probably be a lot better if it was animated normally. But like I said, that's subjective, and I can understand why many don't like CGI, just because sometimes it feels a little bit lazy, and it just doesn't feel as good as the traditional anime we have. However, if you could look past the CGI, that's what you really need to look into and see if you like it or not. So anyways, Houseki, what is it about? Well, from what I understand, it is in a fantasy, supernatural type setting. Now, I don't know exactly if the world our characters are in are actually on Earth or a different planet, a different universe. I have no idea. However, from what we found out with the first episode is that all of our main characters, or at least our good characters, they are gems. They are literal gems. They literally can break into parts like gemstones and stuff and then reform back together, which is just a very unique setting nonetheless. It's just a very unique setting, hearing that characters are gemstones and basically people are trying to poach them and then, capture them and turn them into whatever they want on the moon. And you heard me correct. Yes, the moon. Apparently there's some creatures of these, civilization that are coming after our main characters and trying to turn them into gemstones, crush them down into gemstones, and then take them back to the moon or whatever and use them. Now, we don't know exactly what they're wanting to use them for or whatever. However, we do know that our characters, they have the ability to kind of regenerate. They have these microorganisms all throughout their body that go throughout the gemstones, and when their pieces are put back together, they can reform and be completely fine once again. So even if they were shattered into a million pieces, if all their pieces were collected back again and they're put back together, they would be completely fine. They would still have their memories, they would still be alive. So technically, these characters that we're following in this series, they are immortal. They can't necessarily die, from my understanding. So it's very unique. Just the setting with the characters alone, it's very unique. It's kind of like this. If you want to make it very simple for you to kind of understand what the first episode is about, basically, you have these group of people that are like poachers coming in trying to steal high-class animals. That's just to put the plot in simple terms, okay? Just getting it as simple as possible. That's what's happening. And our characters are basically the animals. They're being hunted down to be captured and turned into whatever they want, like wall mounts or whatever they want to use them for. Now, anyways, getting back into it, though, basically, all of these, characters, they have their own assigned role. They have their role, their job that they have to do from day-to-day life, either to be on patrol to protect everyone else from others trying to, capture them, or, work and, be a doctor. I mean, they all have their, like, different roles. But our main female character, she is someone that doesn't have a role. She doesn't do anything right at all. She doesn't have a purpose in anything, which is what makes her stand out. Everybody else has their own purpose, everything that they do every day-to-day life, and our main female character, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have something that she's supposed to do. And so in this case, you have it to where the episode starts off with showing that the only role that she could possibly do is be like a writer, a scholar, someone that, writes a encyclopedia. So when you see that, you're like, okay, so it's not really that big of a job. I mean, I guess she kind of writes down history or different things, stuff that's unknown or whatever, but overall, her job isn't as important as everyone else's, because everybody else is having to either defend everybody, be a doctor, vice versa. So basically, our main female character, she doesn't really have the most exciting job, and she wants to find something that makes it exciting, or find out something new, make a discovery, for everybody will be shocked and they'll get to learn something, and that's basically the concept so far of the series. Besides just protecting, themselves from people trying to capture them, you have to our main female character, she's trying to make a discovery. Now, we have another character that's introduced into the first episode that has red hair, and she apparently is, like, poison. She is straight poison. For instance, like, she can have this chemical come out of her and she can kill the entire land. Nature and everything. It's just a very poisonous substance. And none of the people from the moon that come down to try to capture them ever go after her. They don't want her at all, which makes a lot of sense because, I mean, she's very deadly. She can kill people, hurt the land and all that, so it makes sense, like, why they might not want her if they want to use her as, like, a priceless gem, like all the others as priceless gems. It makes sense why they wouldn't want her since she's just so toxic or poison, so she doesn't really have, like, any reason to worry about being captured. But that's where the sadness comes in. The role she has, a part of everybody for the island or whatever, is to basically patrol at night. And from what we understood is that these people from the moon, they never come to attack in the middle of the night. They always are, attacking in the middle of the day or right before sunset, but they never attack at night, and most likely that will be a critical plot point. However, though, they never attack at night, and they assigned her to patrol at night, which in turn, it's like they're covering their bases. They're like, we just want to be careful. But from the characterization we got from her, basically she is someone that can't work with anyone else, because if her poison actually hits any of the other girls, the main characters and all that, she will actually cause it to where they need to be chipped away, like their gemstones need to be chipped down, and they will lose their memory. So they will no longer be what they once were. So yeah, that's a very bad thing to happen. So even though you have eternal life and you don't necessarily die, you can lose all of your memories if her poison was to get completely over you. So she has to work alone, be alone, not really have any social interaction whatsoever with anyone, because in fear of, others getting poisoned. But on top of that, she was assigned a role just to be separated from everybody, for no one would really have any contact with her. So she has a very lonely existence. So basically, that was one of the characters that got introduced, and our main female character, she actually wanted to make a discovery to where she could help her out and find a new role in life to where she didn't have to feel sad and down and actually feel like she was wanted by someone. So overall, I feel like the first episode, it's unique. It's a very unique first episode. I can't fault the series. There's not a lot of information on what's really going on here, but it's a very quirky series, and the style of, the CGI, I have to say, is very beautiful. It's probably the best usage of CGI I think I have seen, at the very least in recent years. In recent years, it's definitely the best. I don't think I've ever actually seen a fully focused CGI anime look this good. Now, when it comes to action scenes, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just talking about in general, like slice of life scenes or just dialogue, characters talking with each other type CGI. I have to say that this is the best usage of CGI I personally have ever witnessed, or at the very least what I can remember. So yeah, good first episode. I do recommend it. I mean, if you're wanting to see something a little bit different from this anime season, something that you haven't already watched yet, then give this a shot. You might like it, you might not, it just really depends, but there's like 2 or 3 episodes out right now, so if you like the first episode, obviously you can binge the other episode or 2 to kind of catch up. So I want to end my video here, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you like this series. Hopefully all of you, enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like. If you like my content, please subscribe. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.